Good morning to you. Yay. Congrats on no school today. Army Day? I don't know if that's like our Veterans Day or something. Government sure doesn't care about the veterans, but I mean, we definitely have a day for it. That sucks. Oof. Damn, that sucks. Oh, right. Like flowers. Mm. Yeah, that's hard, man. I mean, people also say they feel empty in English. Usually means they just feel like so depressed they don't feel anything, kind of numb. You too, man. My knee has also been hurting all day because of the cold. Even when I was your age, I was an old lady, so my knee has always hurt when it has been cold. I have been died since I was birth. I think snakes may be younger than you. Can't remember if you mentioned, but the seventh teen. Can't remember what a dahlia piercing is. Is that one of the eyebrow ones? Right, the corners of the mouth, yeah. It's like snake bites, but they're at the corners. Like characters that represent you. Must be why I love sad old ladies. I love sad old ladies and sad robots. Yeah, the Black Dahlia murder, because Bauer's face was slit up like a pretty fucked up. Really cool piercing though. Still coughing a little bit. Huh, I didn't know about that. Joker piercing. I want to get my belly button piercing again. After I got that surgery last year and they had to put an incision right where my belly button piercing was, I had to wait for it to heal up, and now I gotta like just get the piercing again because it's definitely gone by now. Can't just do the thing with ear piercings like where you just punch it through. Yeah. Different piercings of different levels of pain. Like, I think earlobe piercing, like the typical earlobe piercing. That's probably like one of the least painful ones that I have gotten. And then there's like if you get it through the cartilage of the ear, it's like I guess it's more like you have to punch a bigger hole usually, but right? People who get like what are they called? Prince Alberts or something like that, where they get it right through the dick, that's I sure hope they take care of it. I think snake bites are really cool. I really like septum piercings and snake bites, but I know that I could not personally have them because I would hate how they felt on my face. Like one time I got you can get like fake nose piercings, fake septum piercings. It's just a little ring with like a blunt end on either side, and then you can just sort of wear it in your nose to see if you like it, or as like jewelry. And I just couldn't stand feeling it on my face and above my lip. I was like, I really liked how it looked, but just feeling it there was hell. I hated that. Can't even go out after 10. Dang. Back when I was your age, I snuck out all the time. I didn't really have a lot of places to sneak out to. Most of my friends were nerds and we didn't really do a lot, but definitely snuck out of the house more when I was like 19 and 20 and stuff. And I only had to sneak because my dad would go to bed early. I still live with him, so. Sometimes I end up being out pretty late, but usually I don't even have to go out after 10. Because nowhere's frickin' open, so it's not like I have any errands to run. Usually I'll just be like, at my age, I'm usually just like hanging out with friends and dropping people off at their houses and stuff. I wish there were more places here that were open late, like for food. Hmm. I'm asexual, so I can't help you there. Don't know. Uh, Everyone I personally know who has like an internet romantic relationship, just sort of like they were just like playing video games, like co-op, competitive, whatever, or they were just on forums and stuff. Do people still use forums? I still use forums. They're just on various social places online and just sort of ended up hanging out with people and then just kind of ended up online dating them. Yeah, asexual, aromantic. It does not mean I reproduce like by budding like a sponge. Mm-hmm. Just mean I'm just not interested in like romance or hooking up or anything. Jeez. Yeah, your one girlfriend sounds like a horrible fucking person. Mm. Aro ace just means aromantic, asexual. So not interested in romance, not interested in sex. It's like don't even feel the physical attraction. It's just like not there. Sounds like it. It's like lines of. Mm, me, my whole entire life. I've just never ever understood what the hell people are talking about when they're like, oh, so and so is so hot. I just don't. get it. I just don't get it. Like, I'm like, yeah, some people look really pretty, really handsome. I don't want to see them naked or anything. I consider myself sex positive, which just means like I support other people who want to do it. I'm over here like keep it safe and healthy, y'all. Good for you. Just don't involve me. I'm not interested. People have always been a little bit disgusting. That's fine. Humans can be a little bit gross as organic constructs. Yeah, that's horrible. It's just like legal? That is so fucked up. That's still fucked up, because if they go to jail or something, they might get killed there anyway. Or like attacked or something. I can see why a lot of people flee the areas where that's a popular culture. They gotta survive. Right? Over here we got a lot of people who say that they're Christians. They say they follow the teachings of Jesus Christ. But they're just real hateful, mean, horrible people. Posture check. Ow. My neck spasms are acting up. Ah! What the fuck? That's horrible. Jesus Christ. That is extremely messed up and horrible. That's a kid. She committed? I'm also having internet lag over here. No, I think noodles are always a good choice. Of course, I just really like noodles. Mm. It's fucking 3? Just 3? Single goddamn digit? Global warming / climate change, which is causing some areas to be really cold. It's been getting all like bitter cold over here, but not snowing, which is like, come on. -4, Jesus. They're like Fahrenheit or Celsius? They'll use Celsius there, right? Over here in America land, we use freedom units, which, well, I feel like Fahrenheit makes a little bit more sense than Celsius, but most of the time they don't make a lot of sense. I'll be here at least for another hour and a half. Possibly longer if I get on a roll with working on this. I'm gonna have to look up a conversion thing because I can't remember what that is in Fahrenheit. You northerners and you're wearing shorts in the cold all the time. Celsius to Fahrenheit. Okay. 3. Oh, okay, 37.4. I mean, to me, that's cold. -7. 19. Okay, yeah, that's like 10 degrees below freezing. You freaking northerners. If it's anything less than, hold on. If it's anything less than 10 degrees Celsius, I turn into a total wimp. I'm like shivering and my knees are locking up and I'm teeth chattering and I feel horrible. I'm getting a headache from the temperature difference on my head. To me, the perfect temperature is like 75 Fahrenheit. Between 65 to 75. It's gotta be a little warm. It only gets too warm when we're at like 90. Otherwise, that's perfect. Saley, what are you doing, baby, huh? What are you doing, baby puppy? Huh? What do you want? Why do you look so sad? Do you gotta go outside? Huh? You just want attention? Mm. Hmm? Hmm? You wanna come on? Hop up? Come on. No? Do you actually have to go outside? Hmm? You were outside like 30 minutes ago. Hmm? See if my dog keeps making the saddest face in the world at me, and then I might take her out. Hmm? She's just staring at me with the saddest, shiniest eyes. So I don't know if I want to try to make it look like her feet are skinned or if they're just like covered in blood. I might make it look like they're skinned. don't know how I'm gonna figure out the shading on this, but I'm just gonna fucking wing it, because I want her trappings of starlight to be glowing, and there's a bit of ambient light from around her. Hmm. Congratulations on not freezing to death. Oh god. Friggin' northerners, am I right? They're always just hanging out below freezing in shorts. Mhm. Just 3 again. I use the conversion thing because I'm American. Yeah, I think 37 degrees Fahrenheit is very cold. do these. Ah, pen died. Okay, save progress check, then I'll work on this for a little bit. Oh, a lot of siblings. Congrats. I'm so glad I don't have any siblings. A lot of my friends have siblings. I'm like, that sucks for you. They all grew up in a PvP zone. Geez, no wonder your grades suck if you're in that kind of miserable environment. My grades also sucked when I was in high school. That's just because I was really depressed and not trying very hard. It's good you like at least one of your siblings. Aw. Kids do be crying. Mm. Yeah, that's really discouraging. Hydration. Hydration check. Some cookies. Mm. No, I've never smoked. I did get the flu recently, because even though I got the flu shot, apparently there was like a mutated variant of the flu that, like, it mutated and developed after they had already decided on the flu vaccine for the year. So even though I'm not as sick as I would be if I hadn't got the flu shot, it still got me because the virus is different enough from the one that I was vaccinated against that it's still got me a little bit. So I've been like coughing for like a week. And I'm very phlegmy and stuff. So I just sound like an old smoker. Yeah, like the flu adapted, because the flu is always like changing and creating new variants and stuff like that. Was it H3N2? I blinded myself by pulling that up. Right, yeah, subclade K. Led to early outbreaks in the United Kingdom, Japan, and Canada, and the US flu typically begins in yet. Right. What is subclade K flu? Flu virus is a shapeshifter constantly mutating, yeah. Subclade K is a mutated version. Oh yeah, H3N2. Subclade K's mutations aren't enough of a change to be considered an entirely new kind of flu, different enough to evade some of the protection from this year's vaccine. Yeah. Yeah, subclade K, H3N2, is a weird mutation of a variant of flu that they tried to vaccinate people against, and then it didn't work. I also had really bad teeth. I now have dentures, because my teeth were so bad they had to be removed. I am not joking. I got really depressed in high school and I didn't take care of my teeth. Dentures kind of suck, so I recommend trying to do what you can to take care of your teeth even if you're really depressed. Good luck. Yeah, I used to think that in like middle school and stuff, except I was like serious about it. And that led to my depression getting worse because I wasn't taking it seriously. And now I don't have teeth. Well, I do technically have teeth, but they are prosthetic teeth. And now I bother people to take care of their teeth because because dentures are fucking expensive. And using them is not the best. It was a lot better having teeth that worked. The only good thing about dentures is that I don't have hot or cold sensitivity in my teeth anymore. Because they're plastic. I can just bite right into an ice cream bar. I haven't been able to do that since I was like 5. Symptoms of depression, there's like a lot of them, but it's like either not feeling very good or just kind of not feeling anything. Sometimes it's like you literally just don't, like even when you feel like you should be happy about something, you're not, or if you feel like you should be sad about something, you're not. You just have like a void of feeling. There's also a lack of interest in things that you used to like. So it's like if you really used to enjoy something, activity or like even a show or something, and then you just kind of stop caring about it, that can be a sign of depression. And it varies from person to person, so there's like a bunch of different signs and how it manifests and stuff. I feel like I should. Just put some of the leaves curling around the building. Yeah, it's miserable being stuck with family or other people who you, for whatever reason, just stuck being around them, so you have to deal with them and you can't really live your own actual life until you get away from them. That sounds about right. Being all like, what are you tired for? I go to work and you're just a student and I have to actually work. It's like, okay, and? It's like, wow, you're tired too? I'm tired listening to you, old man. Okay, it's a little bit better. I'm not super good at pixel art, but I want to get better, so I'm trying. I work on pixel art every time my stylus needs to charge its battery. No, they won't. They won't feel the same. It's a school book. Like reading like a novel, a story, or something like that is going to be completely different. And like it's important to, especially if like your grades mean something, like if you need those to like, I don't know, get a good job later or whatever, or to graduate and get out of school finally. But like like I know some people can just power through it, but personally that never worked for me if I just like completely tried to ignore having a nice time and just tried to force myself to work on stuff, because it's like, well, now I'm fucking sad and I'm not having a good time. I'm just miserable all the time, always working, always studying. So it's like, if you never allow yourself any time for a pastime, for a hobby, for learning a new skill, then that's just the way to get like sad and miserable and to have all your stuff stagnate. Mm. Mm. And I hope one day you're able to get away from your parents and find a way to live that lets you read as many books as you want. Yeah, sweet. That's cool. I think it's important to have stuff that you do that's like not for money or for anything but yourself. Like, you don't have to be good at something to enjoy doing it. It's just good for your brain to have something you enjoy doing. One of those really strict teachers who's... It's like, if you're done teaching, let me do whatever I want. I remember having some teachers like that back in like high school where they didn't want you to do your homework or whatever in class. They only wanted you to like focus on what they told you or whatever. I was like, look, I'm doing it at some point. What a douchebag. Rude. I spoke English all my life, and I think you're very good at English. That should be illegal. What kind of spiteful freak? Oh, geez, so you had to pay for his classes, and he got... That's messed up. I think that guy is perhaps not a very good teacher if he's gonna act like that. Well, even if you have an accent, I think a lot of people can speak English well even if they have like, a heavy accent from another place. In the state I live in, New Mexico, there's like a lot of people from different places from around the world, so I'm just kind of used to hearing people with different accents. Mm-hmm. What the hell? New Mexico. I live in the United States, but it's New Mexico. Yeah, I think that guy shouldn't be allowed to be a teacher because what the hell? What a corrupt person. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got like the Sandia labs here, so there's a lot of people who come to study at those. A lot of people doing scientist work from around the world. A lot of people from Mexico, because it's like right there. And some people, like all the Japanese and Vietnamese, are here due to fucked up things the government did in the past. He's doing that old person thing where they're like, I worked as a translator for 7 years. I'm so good at translating. And it's like, okay, You used to work as a translator, why don't you anymore? Yeah. Hmm. Uh, everyone you meet, that's mean. Oh, that's good. Damn, dude. Well, I'm glad you have at least a few people who give you a chance enough to say that they like you when they got to know you. Huh. Yeah, usually I'm used to, like, run from people who talk too much or see it as annoying. And if you don't talk much here, you're just, like, people are like, oh, they're shy. Oh, shouldn't do. Hmm. I don't know. I'm just like where I'm from, usually people think you're annoying if you talk too much, but then again, if you're really charismatic about it, no one really cares. I'm totally fine with people who talk too much, because that's like most of my friends. Everyone I know is like really autistic, and they'll love to tell me about the things that they're interested in. But that's fine because I like hearing about people like telling me what they're interested in. Make another little building or something. Maybe a cave? Huh. Uh-huh. Instagram has groups now? I barely use Instagram. I think that's really nice. I think it is good to be weird. Being a little bit weird is good for the soul. Good way to live. People who are too perfect always have some kind of weird problem. Mm. Sounds like your parents sure put a lot of pressure on you. From what I know, that's pretty common in your part of the world. Last hope. They got 5 kids. How are you the only hope? They got like 5 whole hopes, not just you. Okay, yes, right. You said you had 5 siblings and not just 5 of you total. Yeah, they got 5 other hopes as well. I'm gonna. What? How do you get stuck in 12th grade for 5 years? Is the school just like really, really like strict? Do you need to have like the best possible grades to even get out of there? They don't offer GEDs or anything? Honestly, good for him. I don't know how it is over there, but over here, doing well in school doesn't even mean anything anymore. Getting out and getting job experience helps people a lot more than just sticking in school and trying to get a good degree or whatever. Jesus. That sounds very stressful. Whoa. Yeah, that sounds really stressful. Yeah, after a while you just kind of get desensitized, right? Mm. Yeah, I used to get yelled at and berated a lot too. Not entirely because of my horrible grades. It's just, you're just lazy and you don't want to work. You're just not putting the effort in, even though I know you can. It's like, yeah, I'm not. Mm. Hmm. Well, I sure hope I didn't spend a lot of money on it, because that would be a waste. Good for you. I hope you can get out. Mm. And if you do, I hope you can stay safe out there. Because they really seem like they're the opposite of supportive. Yeesh. Oh yeah, if you don't have any positive feedback, and like, yeesh. Yeah, not having any positive feedback will definitely not help. I'm guessing your parents are the type of people where, like, even if you do succeed, like, even if you did raise your grades, it would be like, oh, I knew you could do it. You were just being lazy before. Like, they won't congratulate you on doing well. They'll be like, oh, you should have just been doing that the entire time. This is how you should be doing. And it's like, wow, yeah, I really can't literally do anything good. Why should you even try? use. Mm-hmm. How did he not go through high school, but then he became a teacher? 'Cause bet that pisses them off. That they're both Arabic teachers or failure. Huh, okay. Why even bother getting amazing grades and getting through that really tough school system if there's a fallback where you can just get a job anyway? Passing with any grade seems better. Mm-hmm. But did she not literally say to pass with any grade? Oh, jeez. Sounds pretty rough over there. Ow. Who was throwing the rock? Was it your dad? What is wrong with that guy? Your dad sucks, man. What a bastard. Yeah, man, your favorite mug. What the fuck? I think any problems that your family had can probably be attributed to your dad, because he sucks. Fuck that guy. I hope he gets hit in the head with a rock. Mm. That's rough, man. What the hell, Grandma? Mm. Man, both your grandparents? Why do they have to be such mean and spiteful people? Oh, dang. Yeah, it's like, I feel like it's fine to not like people. Sometimes people just don't get along. They should never try to, like, actively cause problems or, like, get the person to be attacked or something. You get hit by 2 trucks? Jesus Christ. Good guy. That sounds real stressful. It really sucks you gotta live in that situation. Mm, just going on a trip. Nothing wrong with going on a trip with your friends. Why the hell is he throwing rocks like a crazy person? It's like, bruh. Yeah, why a rock? Are you a freaking monkey? Caveman ass. Throwing rocks. Sister jump scare. Wild sister approaches, demanding noodles. Need noodles to placate the wild sister. And it will sound good. Oh god. Ugh. Heck. Really high expectation to have children, huh? Sounds awful. I think children should be an opt-in kind of thing instead of an opt-out kind of thing. You know, like, instead of being expected to have children, you should not be expected to have children, and then if you do want to have children, this should be treated like a very important responsibility. Instead of just like, yeah, have kids. Have 6 kids and then yell at them, throw things at them all the time, and they'll turn out fine. Gross. Good for you. If you don't want to get married, you shouldn't have to. Even if there's societal pressure. Right? It's like, what? Do they need 3 children to plow the fields? That sounds good. Break the cycle of abuse. Only 2 silver. Don't devalue yourself. I think if I was alive in the 1800s, I would be dead. Because of my genetic conditions and my bad health. Oh, I have like the darkest skin. I mean, yeah, I probably would be suspected of being a witch. Everyone thinks I'm a witch. a lot of people assume I'm into like paganism or something, or Wicca, and like I'm not. But I mean, I understand where they're coming from. if No, just I feel like if you were alive in the 1800s, you'd be like a collector of novels. You'd be like a scholar or something, collector of fine literature. Because you need something to be a huge nerd about. An aspiring novelist and scholar. Your neighbor's grandpa was a slaver? How old is the guy? Well, I don't know the history of slavery over in the Middle East, so. Figuring out the shading on this metal is going to be something. What? Considering how hardcore you said school is in your country, I think that is a bit ridiculous to completely stop hanging out with you just because you had an exam. Like, wouldn't that be understood as like a socially kind of like an important thing? I would expect. Things I'm trying, because like I want the armor to be glowing, but also I want it to look like the metallic armor that's in the stage production. Like that. And where's the other reference? Oh, wrong gear. Son of. So little sparklies hanging down, and then they just kind of like showed a light on her. Mm. Mm. Oh yeah. I'm still trying to figure out what to do with the feet, but in this story, this character's feet get cut off and skinned. And then she sort of like comes back due to fairy magic to wreak vengeance upon her enemies, and it's pretty badass. So like I was thinking of making her feet look like they're skinned and bloody and like dripping blood everywhere because they got cut off in the story. The agony of defeat. Uh, well, like it's I can definitely recommend the musical if you like musicals. It's a Cinderella story. It's called Cinderella's Castle. And in the story, the evil stepmothers are these trolls, and the mains like the evil stepmother is a troll, and her evil stepsisters are also trolls, and they're like these evil creatures. There is the Red Shoe Fable, but I don't think that has anything to do with Cinderella's castle. Anyway, huh. Have you seen any of the old, like, Disney animated movies? Lion King, Cinderella. I don't know how common those are where you live. Those are technically musicals. They're just, like, animated. Oh, yeah, the Mutilated Feet, yeah. Yeah, those are technically musicals because they stop and sing every once in a while. Just Can't Wait to Be King and stuff like that. But yeah, essentially, Cinderella's evil stepmother is like a troll witch who can use dark magic to skin human women and wear their skin so she can disguise herself as a human. And there's a plot point near the end of it. Sorry to spoil it, but there's a plot point near the end of the production where they cut off Ella's feet and skin her feet so that one of her evil stepsisters can fit her feet into the magical slippers to pretend that she's Cinderella. Yeah, so that's why she had her feet cut off. Hmm. I don't know a lot about North Korea besides, wow, that government is evil. Hmm. I'm still trying to decide if I just want her feet to look bloody because I don't know exactly how she comes back later. Because she, like, dies and then gets reborn. Uh, so I'm like, well, she did have her feet cut off, so I don't know if I just want her legs to end in bloody stumps or if I want it to look like her feet are still on her legs but just, like, skinned. Or if I just want it to look like she has, like, her regular skin on her feet, but then I'll have them, like, covered in blood and dripping down. I don't know. Yeah, and their dictator's insane. Hmm. Our government is definitely garbage right now. I feel like Cheska would probably be overwhelmed with the responsibility of leadership. I know we'd both overthink it. Eventually we'd be like, let's do socialism. Eh. Time's at 10:39, okay. Tomorrow I finally get to not be house sitting for my dad, and I get to go back to my house. But first I'm going to take my dog on a walk around Old Town. Because I haven't done that for a while. And I think she might enjoy a walk around Old Town. I figure that's like the goal of most politicians is don't get shot in the neck or anywhere else, but my dog's name is Tsaile. Tsaile. Fuck. My pen died. Tsaile. She's named after a town in Arizona where she was found wandering around a reservation truck stop as a puppy. Okay, I gotta let my pen charge again. I'm gonna work on this cave. I decided the traveler needs a cave. Michael's a cute pet name. Luce. Luce is such a pretty name. Good character in the Owl House. Good word. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Ish. I'm in a really rough area, huh? I'm pretty used to hearing gunshots in the near distance, but thankfully I have not almost been shot. That is extremely fucked up. Glad you didn't get kidnapped and raped, Jesus Christ. Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely warn everyone. What? They should pay attention to you so they can also keep an eye out for the same people. Jeez. Good. I hope he can't frickin' stand up straight anymore. That sounds like you got him good then. Downright did a button smash on him. Gotta recreate at least one of the scenes in Chainsaw Man. Nice. Finish him. Stick swinging. Guy screaming. Video game noises. Level up. Good for Macaulay Culkin. Maybe they're trying to, I don't know, stay a little too loose with the lore. So they try to appease as many players as possible or something. Honestly, after watching the training videos, the promos they did, I was like, I don't know if I trust the people who made these to make a good story. Jessica is extremely into Fallout. I have played a few of the Fallouts, but not as many. And I have a horrible memory, so I can't remember all of the history. Jessica remembers, like, all of the history. Walking encyclopedia over here. Devil May Cry, I have not yet, but I would in the future. Don't know if I want to make this like a proper cave or just a pile of rocks. I think it might be interesting if it was a pile of rocks. I've played mostly weird indie games. It's my favorite stuff, weird indie games. Oh, indie, like independent developers. So, like, small stuff that people post on, like, itch.io and weird little Steam games, and also really good ones, like Hollow Knight, of course. They lost yours? Nice. Oh, PlayStation Network. That's probably what PSN is. Your dad sucks and I don't like him. Pause.
Away, profligate. All that remains of America is the overwhelming evidence of its failure.
Hydration check.
Now, if you excuse me, we have a war to win.
You know, speaking of someone who's seen upwards of 15 different movies, if you think everyone else is the bad guy, chances are you're the bad guy.
But good is not a meaningful vector in history. Only strength.
Yeah, apparently he's being one of the Legionnaires in Fallout now, which is pretty wild, because Caesar's Legion are, a real fucked up faction. I thought it just really, really wants to play like a villain. Yeah, Caesar's Legion are very much like, quote-unquote, peace through, like, brute strength and is scaring everyone into complying. I do not like Caesar's Legion. Trying to figure out how to draw a pile of rocks in pixels. Yeah, I do like Caesar's Legion as like a story thing, because I can absolutely believe that a group like them would come to exist in the post-apocalypse of the Fallout universe. They still suck and I hate them, but it definitely makes the game feel more immersive and stuff. Mm. Mm. Sure does love LARPing as the Roman Empire. I wonder what temperature it is here. I lost my stupid little watch that would tell me what temperature it is. I could probably look up a weather report. Probably. Live action role playing. Yeah, Caesar is just basically like the white nationalist guys who like idolize the Vikings and stuff like that. It's always the Vikings or the Romans or the ancient Greek or something. Yeah, calling himself Caesar and all that. Yeah, they go around in those little outfits. I'm sick of it.
What did you want to know? I used Imperial Rome as the model for my legion precisely because it was so foreign, so alien. I'd seen what had become of the NCR's attempts to emulate the culture of pre-war America. The infighting, the corruption. Rome was a highly militarized autocracy that effectively integrated the foreign cultures it conquered. It dedicated its citizens to something higher than themselves, to the idea of Rome itself.
Yeah, he really didn't think about the longevity
In Rome, I
of
found a
his
template for a society
organization
that
there.
could meet the challenges of the post-apocalyptic world, a society that could and would survive, a society that could prevent mankind from fracturing and destroying
No, that's a little
itself
concerning.
into the world, by establishing a new Pax Romana. It means a nationalist, imperialist,
Right, it's funny that he had a brain
homogenous
tumor.
culture that obliterates the identity of every group it conquers.
And I fully knew that when I went out of my way to murder him in the
individual
game.
has no value beyond his utility to the state, whether as an instrument of war or production. No, I'll destroy it because it's inevitable that it be destroyed. It's Hegelian dialectics, not personal animosity. How do I put this basically enough? It's a philosophical theory, the kind you might encounter if you took time to read some books. The fundamental premise.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna watch the show,
Each dialectic begins
but
with
the
a
games
proposition,
have some really interesting lore and stuff.
which inherently contains or creates its opposite, an antithesis. Thesis and antithesis. The
If you don't have
conflict
access to the games, you might be able to
The
watch people
resolution
doing
of
Let's
conflict
Plays.
is something new, a synthesis, eliminating the flaws in each, leaving behind common
Or some people will
elements
make like
and
quote-unquote
ideas.
movies where they take important parts from the games and then just, you know, play them all together so you don't have to watch people doing all the in-between stuff.
Effectively set our cultural progress back to zero.
Hmm.
The NCR has all the problems of the
That's
ancient
good.
Roman Republic. Extreme bureaucracy, corruption, extensive senatorial infighting. Just as with the ancient Republic, it is natural that a military force should conquer and transform the NCR into a military dictatorship. Thesis and antithesis. The Colorado River is my Rubicon. The NCR Council...
Yeah, maybe you could watch while studying, or instead of studying, whatever you want to do.
The Legion as well. From a basically nomadic army to a standing military force that protects its citizens and the power of its dictator. What else did you want to know? Do you want my opinion as a former citizen or future conqueror? Actually, my opinion's the same.
Future
either way.
conqueror, he's so fucking full
As
of
a
himself.
young man, I was taught to venerate President Tandy of Shady Sands, the founding mother of the new California Republic. Did you know her presidency lasted 52 years? And that her father, Aradesh, was the Republic's first president? Does that sound like a democracy to you? Or a hereditary dictatorship? Because the council didn't dare oppose her. She was too popular. She had the people's love. So things ran smoothly, more or less. And as soon as she was gone, as soon as there really could be...
I realize what's wrong with this pixel art of a giant pile of rocks with a cave
Ever
inside.
since losing its queen,
All of the rocks are
NCR has
too
become
similar. They're all like
or
the same
diffused.
color.
Democracy has been its weakness.
I should make them be slightly different colors.
Greed runs rampant. The government is corrupt, accepting bribes from Brahmin barons and landowners to the detriment of citizens. The NCR is a loose conglomerate of individuals looking out for themselves. It's lost virtue. No one cares about the collective, the greater good. It's not built to last. I'm just hastening the inevitable. Of course, the most powerful my legion has faced. Also the first to which I am ideologically opposed. Until now, every tribe I've conquered has been so backwards and stunted. Enslavement has been a gift bestowed upon them. My conquest of the Mojave will be a glorious triumph, marking the transition of the Legion from a basically nomadic tribe to a genuine empire. Just as my namesake campaigned in Gaul before he crossed the Rubicon,
Yeah, do whatever you
so
gotta
I
do.
campaigned and crossed Colorado.
Ugh,
What else did you want to know?
glad my cough's
The
getting
worst
better.
impulses of mankind concentrated in one insane backward tribe. The Brotherhood seems to have formed not long after the Great Atomic War. It's hard to know. They care little for history. Some of the Brotherhood scribes we'd captured further east didn't even know the name of their founder.
Feel
Roger
free to
Maxim.
look it up.
They like to pretty up their mission with trappings of chivalry. But the truth is they're hoarders. They hoard technology. It's been 200 years, and they still have the mentality of scavengers. They say they're preserving these technologies, but for what? They have no vision. They offer no future. They're a dead end.
Yeah, it's one of the things I hate about Caesar is that a lot of the stuff he
You
says
don't think
actually
very
makes
far
sense
ahead,
in
do
like a
you?
practical sense.
Sure. Their hatred
The
of
Brotherhood
NCR
do
would
just
seem to
hoard a bunch of
qualify that.
technology without letting anyone else get access to it,
Then,
and they just keep it.
What do you do with them? Each paladin is quite powerful. I'd have to be convinced that present benefits outweighed future costs.
If only Caesar wasn't such a
Call it an
douchebag.
autodoc. As the name suggests, it's an automated physician, more or less. He can treat broken bones, cuts, punctures, scrapes. Sometimes I bestow its use upon someone I favor. Makes for a powerful gift in a culture that forbids painkillers and is largely ignorant of medical science.
Mm, mm, hmm. I don't know if I'll watch the Fallout show, but I did start watching Sakamoto Days, and I like it a lot. It's very silly, a good time. So in the back of my head, I'm just like, oh boy, I'm looking forward to watching more of that later. So I'm looking forward to not being here later tomorrow. I always get all depressed when I have to house sit for my dad, so I would like to leave. Hmm. 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 Oh, he capitalized Riz. Hmm. Hmm. uh,
Howdy, partner.
Is that you, Victor?
Victor. Well, that sure does sound familiar.
Victor.
Jack Nabbit spent the last 10 years thinking I was a soda machine.
What the fuck you doing here?
Well,
Hmm.
it's me, partner.
That's
So, there
interesting.
ain't number on my numbers. Memory's all jimbled.
Is that right? Well, I gotta save a dipshit Balti from the Legion. Came here hoping to get some help from the NCR.
NCR? I ain't seen them.
Who's running these parts these days?
Well, you know how it is around here.
Ow,
The NCR and the Legion
poster.
going at each other like cats and dogs. Though now we got the Legion fighting the Legion like cats and dogs too.
Is that so?
But you know what they say in Vegas. Everyone's a winner. Eventually.
Same goes for
Eventually.
losing in my experience. Except for one man. The man that built you. was Robert House?
He's gone. He had all the money in the world, but all he really wanted was to live forever. Life just ain't fair, I guess.
Well, typically, I would agree. But you should know better than anyone that House had a knack for planning ahead.
Oh, he
Oh
had
yeah,
plans,
Vault-Tec
all
are
right.
absolutely
But he
villains.
needed that cold fusion doodad from before the war. Didn't you have something to do with all that? Way back when? Oh, you're leaving already? Ain't nobody around to keep poor Victor company these days. Just them rangers up in the hills.
Rangers in the hills.
Well, you know how it is. The NCR and the Legion, they can't stop fighting. Like cats and dogs.
Much obliged, Victor.
Well, I'll be seeing you.
I'm sure you will.
Hmm. Uh-huh. I hope nothing bad happens to Victor. I love that guy. I get very fond of the robots in these shows. Not shows, games and the universe. Oh geez. Hmm. Yeah. Most difficult moral quandary of any Fallout game. Deciding if you could betray Victor the robot. Hmm. Hmm. Oh my god. That's pretty cute. Mm. Mm. Yeah, those are probably the kind of collector's things you'd have to buy for like a lot of money on eBay now. Mm. Yeah, card deck is really cool collectible. Mm. 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 Which card do I have? Golly, quite a lot of little bonuses. Yo, that's pretty fun. I remember doing the little Rorschach test. The last thing you never see. That's a pretty sweet looking Victor statue. Yeah, the two bears high fiving. Save progress check. Mm-hmm. Okay. Shading this a bit more. Mm. For some reason, I want to like play Muse Dash. Maybe I should play Muse Dash after I sign off. Mm. Hmm. 10 years. Hmm. Could be. Mm. I never saw Twin Peaks. I probably should watch Twin Peaks at some point. Because I feel like I would like it, but I like still haven't seen it. Who is Lucy again? Is Lucy like the player character? Once again, I cannot remember anything. Oh, okay, the main character, yeah. Welcome back. Nice. Cool. I do not know what those words mean. Definitely be fun in competitive games to just like try out characters you're not used to. Mm. Mm. I know a little bit about Gojo. I haven't seen Jujutsu Kaisen yet. But I feel like I'll probably like it whenever I do check it out. Why is that so quiet?
Patrolling the Mojave almost makes you wish for a nuclear winter.
He said the thing.
Patrolling the Mojave almost makes you wish for a nuclear winter.
He just keeps saying it.
One day you might be as good as me.
No, I'm better than.
I don't know about that. Come on, let's go see what the caravan brought to town.
Yeah, I like that line.
Stay close, buddy. Excuse me. Hey. Excuse me. Somebody call the doc? He's on his way.
Patrolling the Mojave almost makes you wish for a nuclear winter.
He just keeps saying it.
Patrolling the Mojave almost makes you wish for a nuclear winter. Patrolling the Mojave almost makes you wish for a nuclear winter.
Hmm. Okay, so he's got some sort of control pod on his neck and it made him into an NPC.
Go home. Go to your mom. Go!
Oh no. Ah, fuck. Failed the skill check.
Hey, go get your kid. Oh, God. Yeah. That's okay. Come here. That's okay. Oh, yeah. Come here. Okay. Hey, son. You're scared. Now listen. I need you to stay here. Okay, somebody's gonna come get you out, but until then.
Oh, cool. Well, good for that kid, although he's probably got a lot of trauma.
Eat and drink very slowly, okay?
Don't be scared. It's safe in there.
Okay. Come here. You are a good boy, and one day you will be a good man. Come on, let's get in here. Now listen. It can be tough out there, but as long as we leave it.
If you didn't, that would be bad writing.
We did okay.
Man, those old school refrigerators, they weren't messing around. Stuff used to actually be built good a long time ago. A wink wink. The rules of physics and radiation are definitely negotiable. Flexible. Did I? Oh, right. I saved that on top of there. Okay, heck.
Okie dokie. All right. What book shall we read, Lucy? Ah, The Wind in the Willows.
When's Mom coming back?
Hmm. Dark. Like. I hope you didn't also get the mutant flu. I don't know if it's all the way over there, but man, I don't know. Flu spreads like crazy. It's winter, so people are going to be getting respiratory infections everywhere. If it is cold enough to get trapped inside with a bunch of other people, it is cold enough. Well, then if it's cold enough to get trapped inside with a bunch of other people, all breathing the same air all up close, then probably gonna get a respiratory infection. Well, if you got sick, I hope that extends you're not having to go to school. What is it, Sonny? Huh. I don't think anyone's ever assumed I was a mom or an aunt. I would definitely be an aunt, though. It'd only be like the weird, eccentric auntie who is a questionable influence and is always teaching children how to pirate music off the internet. Mm. Yeah, usually people just assume I'm a witch and or a lesbian. A lot of my friends are witches and lesbians, but I am not personally one of those. Oh, I love Stan Pines from Gravity Falls. Great show. Little con artist is definitely one of my favorite characters. Yeah, those are the things people assume about me most, witch or lesbian. A lot of people assume I'm like a vegetarian too. I guess I just give up the sort of like hippie vibe. Weird. Maybe people are just intimidated by your security and your interest in muscle bombies. Either that or they're the type of guys who are like, muscles are masculine. I feel like muscle mommies don't let anyone stop you. Fan Napster back in the day, frickin' Napster and LimeWire. I think at one point our ISP called and was like, we found that someone tried to download this album. And for a second I was like, oh no, they're on to me. But then I was like, also, how do they know? Because I mean, like, yeah, I'm using the Wi-Fi, but it could have been anyone on the service. My friend sometimes hangs out outside my house just to reach our Wi-Fi signal. So I was like, oh yeah, I'll talk to my friends who I let use my Wi-Fi because I don't know how that album got illegally downloaded. And they were pretty much just like, okay, well, don't do that, and please delete the album. And I was like, okay, you can be sure I am so law-abiding, you could trust me. But they couldn't really do anything. Yeah, I also use a lot of just getting a link off YouTube and downloading. A lot of the time, if it's like an artist I really like, I'll see if they have a Bandcamp so I can actually support them. I refuse to use Spotify because Spotify sucks. That's actually already an issue. I was watching like a whole long-ass video essay about it, but there are some artists on Spotify that users started to suspect are just completely AI-generated music. And like everything from the album covers to the lyrics and everything, it's just all machine-generated. And it's obviously just, the company trying to get more money and not have to pay artists, even though Spotify barely pays artists anything to begin with. That's also happening on YouTube. There are some playlists where it'll be like a smooth lounge jazz or whatever, where, freestyle jazz is something that's apparently pretty easy to emulate by a machine because it's a lot of random noises that just kind of sound nice. So There's a lot of those going around too. Like the blue alien people? Or like oh. I didn't know if you meant Avatar: The Last Airbender or like the blue alien people. Yeah, being a firebender would have helped me so much. I would constantly be gently warming up my knees and heating up my tea. I am always making tea and then forgetting about the tea. And then the tea gets cold and I am sad. But if I could firebend, I just gently warm up the tea like Iroh did in that one episode that almost got him caught because he was being a dumbass. Oh yeah. Music fire for mischief is valid and good. Mm. This is true. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I freaking love the one part. It was like, do you know why they call me the Dragon of the West? We don't have time for your stories, old man. It's more of a demonstration, really. And then he just goes, Bleh. Best character. A gentle bit of blending here. Mm. I feel like although Korra got a lot of like character development, I don't know how good of a mentor she would be. Ugh. Mm. Good night, man. Yeah, Aang actually had a pretty good mentor in Avatar Roku, was it? Very wise. Yeah, he got to talk to Roku, Kiyoshi, and the other one. That water guy who was really chill. Kiyoshi was freaking hardcore. It's like, easy way to solve your problems. Kill a motherfucker. Kyoshi's like, have you tried murder? Right? She's got amazing makeup and fashion sense. And also, don't get in her way. She will slay in more ways than one. So, okay. It's been like almost 3 hours. Take a break soon because my head kinda hurts. And I gotta finish cleaning up and go to bed. I put some stuff away in my car. A few little bits of shading in here. I don't do a lot of painting, but I'm getting more used to like digital painting and trying to shape out the shadows and stuff like that. It is 11:49 p.m., so it's almost 12 midnight. I usually stay up pretty late. Yeah, you're in the future. Remember, the light is coming from the outfit. So the ambient lighting. Good. This way, I have to figure out the shapes of highlights. Highlights on another layer in case I don't like them. I'm just gonna try to figure out the. Yeah, I think like if. So I don't believe time travel would be possible, but conceptually, I think it would be best if it was like a. like, you could only witness the events and you couldn't actually change anything or, like, interact with anyone from the past. You could just, like, look at things. Hair would even be affected. Oh, yeah, the World Trade Tower attack. It's like, I know it was bad, but, the US response was too much. Also, it ushered in an entire era of, like, US nationalism at the time. The blue thing? I'm trying to figure out, some lighting. I put it on a different layer just in case I don't like it. Because her armor and necklace are supposed to be, like, crafted from starlight, so I want them to be glowing. So the glow would be... the glow would be shining on the nearby fabric and stuff like that. I'm trying to see if I like how that looks with this sort of bluish-greenish glow, because this is kind of a follow-up to another drawing I was doing that is from an earlier part in the same story. Oh, because I'm trying to make the light come from the armor. So, like, the light would be glowing out from this thing and from the armor itself. So I want the light to look like it's... I want the armor to look like it's sort of glowing and shining light all around it. So it would be going sort of out like this. I'm trying to see if I like that. I think I like that. take that away, then I'd have to find a different type of lighting. I think I definitely want that to be glowing. Then there's also like ambient light because she's in like a sort of cathedral. I might play with that a bit. Where's the other thing I was working on? It's like this is another thing I was doing where I had the light be like a. The light has sort of like an icy bluish green color to it. And I made all the stars that color because like her color is green. So I was like, maybe I should keep it being green. So I might, I don't know. I'm still messing with this. I've never been very confident with using color. Pen battery's dying again. Ah, my pen died. Okay. Uh, okay, doesn't feel like there's too much difference. It's like I'd have to, hold on. I should find some references of that dress. Go away. Alright. Some. Yeah! Isn't that kind of badass? My bloodline ends with me. There's probably other members of my family who are carrying on. But I am the final one. There we go.
All I know is that if it lightens the load, I know there must be a catch. So what else is attached when the tide's high?
So, yeah, that's sort of right. Yeah, I think I do want to stay with that color because she has this there we go, and she's glowing here.
Everyone's staring at me. Oh, the fairy queen spoke true. They're bewitched by the magic of the slippers.
Don't touch the slippers!
Oh.
Insolent boy!
God, I love the puppets.
They're bewitched by my lady's loveliness and poise.
I think I do want to stick with that color because when she wears like the sparkly starlight dress, it's that sort of glowing bluish green.
Starlight, earth and
And she's often sort of bathed in like a greenish light. So I think, yeah. Oh, are the sparkly things a bit... Sparkly things are also a bit greener than I thought. Oh yeah, they have some of the fiber optics in them.
That wicked troll had evaded the sunrise for eons.
Yeah, those are the troll puppets.
You've forgotten your station, beast? You crept from the shadows, an imposter in the land of light. Well, let me remind you who is master here.
I'm just looking for a
Let me
quick
reacquaint
reference.
you, stepmother, with your fear. Behold, these trappings of starlight.
Okay, it's hard to see right there, but yeah, okay, they do have a little bit of the glow to them that the green dress had. Okay. I think a bitch. The evil stepmother troll is always calling everyone a bitch. Okay, so I can definitely put a bit more of that greenish color into the little strands coming down here. I'm gonna like make a note of that essentially, and then I'm gonna have to sign off because my head hurts. Oh, it is definitely not for kids. Like, it may be about Cinderella, but it definitely did not make it for children. Okay, I like how that looks. Put like a bit of a glint of this in here. Just like in the other one. A little bit of the light glinting in our eyes. Alright, slowly working on that. Okay. My cough is mostly gone, which is good. I'm trying to get this to about the same level of finish as this. Although it's a different scene, so I don't know how well I'll do, but I think it's going okay. References. Looks like I was working on. Alright. That in there. Heck. Yeah, definitely take care of that leg. You probably already know what to do, but you know, I'm gonna recommend doing like gentle stretches and stuff. Speaking of which, I'm gonna have to do some stretches.
the Fairy Queen of Sweet Dreams awakened once more.
Okay, you know, she has a bit of like a blueness to her. I do kind of want to also do some fan art of the Fairy Queen of Sweet Dreams. Because I love her. They did such a cool job with her design. Okay. So, right, I gotta sign off. Ugh. Good morning, night, good morning. Good sleepy time. Sadie puppy! My dog came over to stare at me again. You want baby puppy? Hmm? 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 Okay. Rice bag in Final Fantasy 15 sounds like a good time. I'm gonna... Is there anything else I have to do? No, right, I cleaned the counter earlier. Okay. Sweet, I'm gonna consolidate all my stuff so I can be ready to get the hell out of here tomorrow. And I'm gonna get the good sleepy times. Let us all get the good sleepy times. Good night.